Let's be fair. In this community, there's one thing we can all have a civilized conversation about, and that's what is the worst Sonic game ever made? Is it Sonic 4 because it was a lie? Or is it Sonic Free Riders because you had to buy a peripheral that did not bloody well work? Or is it Shadow the Hedgehog with its dumb gimmick-adding guns? Or is it the most obvious answer, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006? Now, all of those are bad, but I can somewhat forgive them because they had the potential to fail. What I mean by that is that any new game that's announced, no matter how much you love the developer, how much trust you have in the publisher, for better or worse, and who or was behind the game as a whole, has the ability to fail because they had the innate decision to hire a new programmer called Pillock that cocked the whole thing up, thus making a game that gets lambasted for years to come.
Now, if you don't know me, or do know me by subscribing to this channel, you'd know that I hate Sonic 06. I agree, it's one of the worst Sonic games I have ever played. Bad writing, broken gameplay, various game bugs and glitches, large but empty hub worlds, long load times, an uncomfortable relationship between a human and an animal, and the inclusion of Blaze the Cat. I do not accept the fact that this is connected to Sonic Rush in any way, hashtag Blaze Rules. But notice how I said, one of. No, because it's not the worst Sonic game ever made. It's not the worst game ever made because this one is! Where do I start? Yeah, that'll do.
Sonic Genesis, or Sonic the Hedgehog in general, doesn't really have a story, more of a framework or context as to why Sonic and Robotnik are doing what they're doing. In an attempt to steal the 6 Chaos Emeralds and harness their power, Dr. Ivor Robotnik has trapped the inhabitants of South Island in robots known as badniks and metal capsules. Sonic notices this when he can't find his friends but instead find these aggressive robots, and so aims to halt Robotnik's plans by freeing his animal friends, collecting the emeralds himself and saving South Island. While the Japanese version is the canonical one, this is what was written for the Western release. Have a listen and hear how hard it is trying to be cool.
Dr. Ivor Robotnik, a mad scientist, is snatching innocent animals and turning them into evil robots. Only one tough dude can put an end to the demented scientist's fiendish scheme. It's Sonic, the real cool hedgehog with a spiked haircut and power sneakers that give him super speed. Help Sonic fight hordes of metal maniacs and do the loop with the supersonic spin attack. Speed down twisting tunnels and swing over dangerous booby traps. Leave across lava pits and dodge burning rocks, then splash down the chilling waters of an underground cavern. And if you're lucky, you can warp to the secret zone where you spin around in a floating maze. Your greatest challenge lurks in a secret lab where you come face to face with Dr. Robotnik himself. Spin through space, loop till you're dizzy, save the animals and become the superhero. Be Sonic! Be Atomic!
Oh boy. Like the original, the overall gameplay remains parallel. Running, jumping, spinning, collecting rings, breaking open monitors and badniks. It's the basic template for every Sonic game since, give or take a few gimmicks. Sonic Genesis, on the other hand, includes the ability to spin dash in its anniversary mode. Again, something that's been in every Sonic title since Sonic 2. The goal of the game is to get to the end of the level as fast as you can, defeat Robotnik in his Egomatic and collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds hidden in a special stage. You see, the problem with porting a game to the Game Boy Advance is that it's not a simple job such as dragging over it on ROM file and dropping it in a new folder. Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis was built on a different engine, so some compatibility problems occurred. One of these was the resolution. The game feels so cramped you can't see where you're going. Now, this will be a minor setback as other ports have had screen crunches as well, but the acceleration is unforgivable. The momentum is one of the key features of Sonic the Hedgehog. You can build up speed and it hurts when you are brought to a stop. Here, Sonic will just keep moving despite him hitting the wall, and when you jump, you will continue moving forward without touching the D-pad whatsoever. Not to mention, Sonic just feels heavier in this game compared to the original or any of the other ports. Then there's a special stage. Oh god, the special stage! If you can even get to the signpost with 50 rings in this game, you can play the special stage, which is a rotating maze with a Chaos Emerald in it for you to collect. Originally, these were frustrated, but that just added to the challenge of it. Believe me when I say that I did not know until recently that the up and down icons changes the rotation speed. Not that any of that matters, because you will never get any emeralds in this part because it is impossible to get them without being flung around into a goalpost because of the shit in acceleration. The special stages are literally unplayable, so trust me, not playing them is a blessing. The first thing you'll notice, or have noticed during this review, is how slow the game is. And that's because it has an inconsistent frame rate. Now, I'm not a frame rate buff. I don't care whether it runs at 60 or 30 frames per second. As long as it runs smooth and constant, I'm good. But this is just unbearable. When anything happens like ever, it slows down to a measly crawl and occasionally speeds up for no reason. It is so inconsistent it's nauseating. And add to that the acceleration problems and you have a game that doesn't want to be played. But now I'm going to have to talk about the level design itself, and I quite like Sonic 1's level design. For the most part. Green Hill, Spring Yard, Starlight, and arguably Scrap Brain Act 1 are the best zones in this game. But Marble and Labyrinth Zone are slow with a lot of stop-go sections, and that's bad for a Sonic game. Firstly, Marble Zone is a roadblock. What I mean is basically Green Hill is more open-ended and really shows off what this game is about, allowing you to run, explore, collect rings, defeat badniks, all within a certain time limit. Marble Zone is a one-way corridor through a slow, lava-filled, hidden spike booby-trapped purple cavern. All of Thunder Green Hill just taken away. Labyrinth, on the other hand, is... well, look, I hate water levels, we all do, except Hydrocity, that is actually a pretty fun water level. But the Labyrinth Zone is everything you hate about water levels. It's slow, there's traps everywhere that you can barely react to, not to mention how sparse air bubbles seem to be with possibly the worst and most dumbest boss battle in the entire game. Maybe I should have added this to the top 7 worst battles list.
But I will take that, in exchange to never, ever play this balls up version ever again. This is the point where everyone will throw their Game Boy Advance into the fire and watch the putrid stain burn. Then weep when they realize they could have just taken the cartridge out of the console.
Because of all the problems this port has, Labyrinth is impossible to play through properly. If you intend to play this, then Goddess Tikal help you, but I implore you to cheat, or at best, use an emulator and spam the save states just to even see the rest of the game. I hate this port! Even after 30 years, oh god I'm old, Sonic the Hedgehog's graphics still hold up. I mean they must do, we got Sonic Mania for Cosmos' sake. But Sonic 1 has a unique, almost organic look to them before the bright colours took over in Sonic 2. When compared to Super Mario World at the time, Sonic didn't need to fill the screen with every bold colour to catch the consumer's eye. Each zone had a carefully chosen colour scheme. Lush greens, ancient yellows, neon reds, cold steel greys. Great colour choices. The characters and items certainly stand out from the scenery and you can tell that they're interactable, especially when a buzz bomber shoots you. I have to say, I love Sonic 1's Baddick design. I have some favourites from 2 and 3, but the original lineup are nostalgic. So much so that they made a comeback in Sonic Lost World in full 3D. And to his credit, Sonic Genesis does have the same graphic fidelity as the original to a certain degree. The text is a bit off and the title screen is missing a few colours, but it looks how it should. Can I stop talking positively now? Good. The music rapes your ears! Remember the music from Sonic Chronicles? It's like that but worse. These are some of the most memorable tunes, not just in Sonic's, but in all of gaming history. I don't even have to play the music, I can just show some muted gameplay and you can hear the music in your head. See? And how does this port honour just the title screen music? How do you that up? Yes, I know the Mega Drive had a very distinct audio output, but many an artist worked with it to give us unforgettable soundtracks. Other ports at least managed to emulate the system sounds or even remade them from scratch. This music grinds on your senses so much that you might as well just mute the damn thing and listen to some good Sonic melodies. Like Ice Paradise Act 2. of Planet Wisp. If, and I mean if, you manage to finish this game, you get the honor of listening to the game's jukebox. Lovely. If you like nails on a chalkboard.
Plus, let's just say you're mental. I mean, psychotically obsessive on finishing this game. Do you want to know what you get for collecting all 6 Chaos Emeralds in this? Go ahead, guess. I'll wait. Go on. I mean, it's got to be something good, right? It's the Chaos Emeralds. It could be something good. I mean, we got a jukebox just for finishing the game. I mean, extra level, a gallery, hidden movie. How about Supersonic? That'd be cool. I know some of you out there are going to go typing away going, you get nothing. But no. No. You do get something. Ready? Your reward for collecting all 6 Chaos Emeralds in this bastardized port is sound effects. Sound effects to listen to in the shitty jukebox. I am barely containing my rage right now. So let's just finish this review. Then I can take it out on an unsuspecting tree.
You may be asking why I kept bringing up and comparing this port to the original. That's because you needed the context as to how not Sonic 1 this is. Sonic the Hedgehog is a classic and is still fun to play to this day on the many systems it's been ported to. Except this one. It's why I say it is the worst Sonic game, because it took something nostalgic and ruined it on nearly every level possible. I can play Sonic 06, Boom Rise of Lyric, or Sonic 4, knowing what they could have been, and laugh at when they fail. Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis destroyed something that was already great for its 15th anniversary. When people talk betrayals, this is the only thing on the list. I rate this game 2 out of 10, and the Mega Genesis original 8.5 out of 10.
And you know what the cherry on top of all this is? The game developer Stealth, you know, the guy who helped make this, actually made a proof of concept of Sonic Genesis on the Game Boy Advance that actually fucking works! Yeah, there's still screen crunch, but at least it's playable, and the music doesn't want to pierce my brain with power drills. But we're stuck with this official piece of crap that I just want to snap out of existence. I did not expect that.